Smartphones have almost become mythological creatures because there are so many legends about them. Is it true that dimming the phone screen is good for the eyes, or do smartphones cause various diseases? These are some of the questions that are being discussed in various places, including We Discuss Now. I did some research on statements about cell phones that seemed true at first but turned out to be a figment of someone's imagination. Let's see together. You may believe that turning on your phone's night brightness mode, even during the day, helps you not to strain your eyes. However, opticians disagree and state that when you dim the screen, instead of adjusting the brightness settings, you're straining your eyes. This happens because you have to focus more and your eyes have to work harder, which can then lead to headaches. The ideal screen brightness level is the same as the light around you. That way, the two lights blend together and feel natural to the eye. There's a reason why smartphones are called smart, and among all its practical functions, there is the ability to know when the battery is fully charged. The phone will stop the inflow without your help, just like a cell phone that turns off when the battery is low. If you care about battery life, do not leave the battery empty too often until it is completely discharged. Charge while the phone is still on. You should close apps that you don't use to save battery. This statement seems very logical, and you might think the more apps are running in the background, the harder your phone works. In fact, as Apple says, closing apps to save battery doesn't help and in fact makes it worse. All applications are automatically closed. If you intervene and close it manually, you make your phone battery drain more. The higher the megapixel camera phone, the better the photo quality. When buying a cell phone, megapixel count seems like an iconic feature, which we can use to find out how good the camera phone. However, this feature is only important for professional photographers and their cameras. For mobile users, it's not the number of megapixels, but the size that makes the photo quality more ideal. The best megapixels are the biggest, meaning that fewer objects can be captured in a single photo. Putting the phone in the rice after taking it out of the water seems reliable because rice is known for its ability to absorb moisture. But in reality, small particles can clog phone components, and even worse, the damage. Using a hairdryer is also not recommended. That way might be able to dry the phone a little, but it will also make the phone too hot. That is, the phone will be more damaged as well. These two ways are used because people want to do something, whatever that is, to save their phone. The best idea is to put it on a rack and let it dry. You may have heard that cell phones and credit cards should not be put together because the magnetic lines of the card can be damaged by the cell phone. This is true for a fridge magnet or a magnet in your wallet, but not for mobile. The magnetic field is too weak to damage the card. Some people never put their cards and cell phones in the same place in case they were robbed. That way, at least one of them survived the thief. In my opinion, that makes more sense than the story about breaking the magnet. Electromagnetic radiation can increase health risks. The World Health Organization has been concerned about this statement since 1990. Until now, 25,000 articles on this topic have been published. WHO states that to date, there is no evidence that the electromagnetic field is low, can endanger human health. However, they also say that if a person stands near an antenna or radar that generates electromagnetic waves, the risk may increase. There is a popular saying that cell phones are 10 times dirtier than toilets, and many bacterial colonies live there. Cleaning the phone screen with disinfectant reduces the risk of catching viruses and skin diseases, like acne. However, are disinfectant wipes safe for cell phones? The answer is yes, that is safe. There's even a universal soap for all phones that can clean the screen and won't damage it. You can cook eggs using your phone. This assumption has been popular since the early 2000s. People often create the false experience that they are cooking eggs using the waves coming from their cell phones, when in fact, cell phone can't cook eggs
because it cannot produce the amount of energy needed for cooking, even though the waves from the cell phone are converted into microwaves. Eggs won't even reach human body temperature before the phone's battery runs out. Be careful for those of you who are free Wi-Fi users. users. Free Wi-Fi is very tempting to use, and it is offered as a pleasant bonus in many public places. However, doing banking transactions and entering passwords while using public Wi-Fi is not secure. Data traffic in this place is not protected. This means that anyone can see what pages you visited and what data you entered. We recommend using public Wi-Fi only to visit entertainment sites or find out information. Like now, you find out about the myth of mobile phones.